Good morning students, today I am starting circular flow of income. These are contents of your chapter. Dear students, we all know that following are the basic and main activities of any and every economy. What are they? Production, consumption and investment. I know that you have studied them in detail in previous classes, yet I am brushing up your concepts. What is production? Production is adding value to the goods and services to make them more useful. For example, sugar cane. Sugar cane can be consumed raw, but if we convert its juice into jaggery, that is good, or its juice into sugar, that is chini, it is more easy and convenient to use sugar and jaggery in our tea, milk, coffee and Indian desserts of dalia or kheer. So, what we say in summarized form, production is adding value to the goods and services to make them more useful. Consumption. Consumption is using up of goods and services to satisfy human wants and needs. For example, purchase of cloth and wearing it, purchase of food and satisfying your hunger, purchase of car to move easily and conveniently from one place to another. That is consumption. Investment. Investment in ordinary man's language is what? Putting your savings in financial institution like bank, post office or shares of any company and getting back in return interest, profit or dividend. That is investment. But in macro level context, investment means what? It is net addition to the capital stock of the country. Now these investments are of generally two types: fixed capital investment or inventory investment. Fixed capital investment refers to increase in net addition to the purchase of fixed assets. Is fixed capital investment like purchase of land, machinery, plant, factory or construction of any shed. Whereas inventory investment means change in stock of raw material, work in progress and finished goods. Here we studied today the basic activities of production, consumption and investment. Thank you. Dear students, after understanding the basic activities in the economy, we should understand what are the sectors of the economy. The four major sectors of the economy are household, producers, government sector and rest of the world sector. Household includes owners of factors of production like land, labor, capital, enterprise, which are required by firms to produce goods and services. On the other hand, household also includes consumers, which require goods and services which are produced and offered for sale by firms. Producer includes all those firms who are involved in production activity. Government sector includes all those producers of goods and services which are required for collective consumption by entire society like park, hospitals, roads, railways, bridges, etc. They are not individual need but is a collective need of society. Rest of the world sector includes all those countries with which in current country has interaction in the form of import, export and interport. Now you must have understood that all sectors of economy are interdependent on each other. For example, household provide factor services without which firms cannot produce goods. Without land, factories cannot be laid down. Without laborers, who will do the work? Without capital, how you will purchase raw material? Without entrepreneurship, who will manage and organize the entire economic activity? So all this is required and these factor services, factors of production are supplied by whom? By households. Similarly, on the other hand, in order to satisfy human wants, households are dependent on goods and services which are produced and supplied by firms. Dear students, before jumping on to the concept of circular flow of income, where the word came flow, we should understand first what do you mean by stock and what do you mean by flow variables. Stock. Stock are those variables which can be measured at a particular point of time. Keep this in mind. Particular point of time, that is 6:30 a.m. or 7:10 p.m. whatever the time is, at that point, if you can and are able to measure particular variable, that is known as stock. For example, water in a tank. How much water is there on a particular time in a tank, we can measure it easily. Hence, it is stock concept. Similarly, capital of a business. How much capital is invested at 6:40 p.m. in a business, it is also easily calculated. Therefore, it is also a stock concept. How much wealth do I possess in the 9 a.m. in the morning, that can also be measured. Therefore, it is also a stock concept. How much machinery is there in my factory, that can also be calculated in monetary value. Hence, it is also a stock concept. So, in short, what is stock variables? Stock variables are those variables which can be measured at particular point of time. If I say 10:30 p.m., तो at 10:30 p.m. I must be able to measure, calculate कि कितनी stock मेरे पास है. Okay, that is your stock concept. Flow concept is just opposite of your stock. These are those variables which are measured over a period of time. If I say in the evening, that means from morning to evening, right? Like weekly, monthly, yearly or daily. There is a period of time, not a particular point of time. Examples are income, profits, interest on capital, consumption of sugar. So, how much interest on capital you earned in this year, that is your flow concept, because particular year ki you are talking about, right? Particular point of time pe you cannot measure income, you cannot measure profits, interest or consumption of sugar. Therefore, they are flow concept. Now, we are coming on the circular flow of income. Now, what is the importance, why we are studying this concept? It gives clear picture of economy and how the sectors are interdependent on each other. It also helps in smooth functioning of an economy. Government can plan if there is any disequilibrium in the economy. It also helps to find leakages and injections. What do you mean by leakages? What do you mean by injections? Leakage. When your bucket full of water is leaking, there is a leakage, then what happens? Your water goes out, right? So similarly, here is a leakage in the economy. That means the entire income is not spent on purchasing goods and services of the firm, but some part of income is being saved. That is your leakage. Saving is the biggest example of your leakage. Because in circular flow of income, we are assuming entire income is used for purchasing goods and services which has to be consumed by your households. So, whatever firms are paying, it's going back to the firms only, right? So, if there is a leakage of saving or government has imposed any taxes, then it leads to contraction in the economy. Firm will not get back that money which they have paid as a factor income, and hence their income will reduce, economic activity will reduce, they will next time they will produce less and there will be contraction in the economy. Injection word is just opposite of your leakage. Injection means what? When doctor applies injection in your body, what happens? If they inject medicines in your body, then what happens? Something goes inside which makes you better. Similarly, injections leads to expansion of economy. Generally, best example of injection is your investment. Key firms are putting their income back for producing activity, as well as they are also getting money, they are borrowing loans and also investing in the firm. That means income plus more capital, additional capital is coming back. That means now they have more capital and they can produce more, they can expand, they can open new shop, they can open new branch and hire more people, and therefore they have more employment in the country, more next time income in the country. That is why it is termed as expansion of economy. Injection leads to expansion of an economy. Circular flow also helps in estimation of national income.